Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good day today and has had a good week.
What's up, bro daddies?
Yeah, so, Batgoat, you want to tell everybody how your week went?
It was very cold. I had a very cold week, as everyone else here in Minnesota did. And then, like I was telling Mike, I shoveled today because we had a late little misting on top of the big dump we had earlier in the week, in the middle week, and that's about it. Warmed up to double digits today. That's just wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cold. It seems to be cold all over the place because even here in Southern California, for Southern California, we were cold this week. Highs in the upper 50s and lows in the upper 30s. So at one point. So
gosh, downright Arctic.
Yeah. So, anyways, Rick Piper of Cross Comics. Hey, my friend.
What's up, Cross Comics? Good to see you.
And if you guys haven't already,
Woody's here. Good to see you, Woody. It's been a while.
Not much snow down here. Mostly just here. Yeah, I noticed you hadn't been on this week much, Woody. I hope everything's been okay. I sent you a message last night. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here. I'd be appreciated. Looks like we got 3 or 4. Well, counter says 3, but I think it's more like 4. But so I might get right into this then. But it's some of the pleasantries out of the way.
Woody, we have to shovel this concrete snow to get to the ice where we're at here.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Trying to think of a word for hangman.
Sounds like your roommate's making himself some dinner there.
Yeah, microwave's going. He's heating up Chinese food.
Yummy. Those noodles going down the old gullet probably would satisfy anybody, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a local place we like too, called Super Dragon.
All right, well, it looks like we got 4 people, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting underway. Unless there's anything you wanted to announce or add or anything, Batgoat? And Batgoat is muted here. Just give him a sec to come back in.
I'm listening to you, Mike.
Okay. I would just, well...
We got 10 out of 10 on a game.
All right. Well, anyways, haha, I remember living in Boston for a few years and a couple of tired crevices would be created, tired crevices would be created in the cars. You could just let go of the steering wheel and it was like an amusement park. Okay, so anyways, Batgoat's obviously tending to his roommate at the moment. So, but we are gonna go ahead and at least start getting going here a bit.
Yeah, rock on. Oh
right.
Wow, that Chinese food smells good. Oh, smells really good. Dang it.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. So now let's see. Let me find what I need to find. All right. So first off, of course, we're gonna before we get into actually reading the comics, we're going to do a little preview work here. As we're going to do a little preview work here and look at just some information from GCD, as David Mckay publications unfortunately don't have any books available to actually read, but we're going to look at some stuff here. the cover of Ace Comics this is Ace Comics Volume 1, number 20, the 20th issue. For some of these more slice of life stuff, we usually will do them every 5 issues up through 30. So 20th issue of Ace Comics here. We got Katzenjammer Kids right here on the cover. So Hans and Fritz here, Batgoat. Anything you'd like to add to that?
Well, no, you pointed out that I do remember them, and we talked about them before, and I didn't read them, but I remember my stepdad talking about them, and so I just knew that they were iconic from the 30s and 40s.
Right. Now, this was, of course, a comic book that went on sale. In fact, they say on sale date right here, October the 5th, 1938. Cover date of November. So,
10 out of 10. I don't know what. Brag for us.
10 out of 10. Where did you see that?
What he said. I must have been rating something earlier. I've already forgotten.
Back when it was still politically correct enough to have fun joking about Germans. Loud Mike never reads his live comments on Facebook. Well, I haven't had a whole lot of people.
Yeah, no, but it seems like the old days. The boys are talking and I'm lost, which is cool. That's good. That's the way it should be.
So
Mike and I will sit here fat, dumb, and happy and just tool along.
Well, I mean, if I catch but according to this,
well, that's usually what I try to do too, and help you a little bit. But right now, I have no idea what they're saying. Yeah.
Well, they're having a good old conversation, which is good.
That's true too. Like I told you, I'll tell you guys, I'm tired tonight, so I'm gonna be slower than usual. Can you believe that?
So, according to toys here, it takes 208 muscles to fake an orgasm. Can a man with a beard? He'll save you a lot of work. Oh boy. Okay. Anyways. All right. So let's see. They'll do that every time. Another comic story humor.
I still have to think of a word for Hangman.
The Jungle Gym, which was penciled and inked by Alex Raymond, who also did Flash Gordon. So there's a Katzenjammer Kids by H. Basically, there's not much here to, just a listing of all the different features they had in here. Nothing of note, but we could look at the cover real quick here. I'll get the cover here to where. So you guys can see that.
I've got it. I have an 8-letter word for everyone.
All right. And I'm sure if you guys want to, you can go ahead and start guessing.
Well, no, let's. We'll put that to the side, and we've got it here for if you need to step away.
All right. So anyway, here's the cover of, and of course, starring Ace Comics, starring Blondie, Believe It or Not, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and Jungle Jim. It was 10 cents. Now imagine it, 10 cents. Today, if comics were like that today, you would get almost every single comic out there. If they were 10 cents today.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that, but now they're like, $3.99, $4.99, $5.99.
Starting at $3, yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, as compared to
a lot of people say that the prices are just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so with that, I'll get ready to move on now to the main attraction of the show, because we've basically seen everything with that we can. So here we go. Here we're back at our favorite spot to read PD Comics, public domain. Da 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 da.
Woody just said comics are still 10 cents when he was a kid.
Yeah. Well, they were 10 cents for a long time. It wasn't. As I understood it, they didn't even. They just like had a 2-cent increase sometime in the mid '60s, I believe, mid to late '60s. They, at the earliest, they.
Well, yeah, if he remembers them, that's probably from the early '60s that he's remembering that, right? And so I mean, like that's 30 years almost that they're tooling along at 10 cents.
What, early '60s? Oh yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, from the 30s to the early '60s.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 30 years. Okay, I thought you were
almost 30 years, that's quite a bargain if you ask me.
Yeah, probably closer to 20. You're going from the late 30s to the early 60s.
Early 60s,
more like
yes.
25. It's probably closer to 25.
20 plus years, sure.
Yeah. So here's Jumbo Comics. Number 3 November. So bigger, better funnies. Of course, the inside is all still black and white at this point, but look at this, what this guy, you nasty man. And we have, of course, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, right there.
Sheena, there she is.
In color.
Mm-hmm.
ZX5, Spies in Action. We have the Count of Monte Cristo, which was something they did back with these comics, too. They would sometimes adapt literature classics to, we have like Hawks of the Sea, the Hawk from Hawks of the Sea, Pee Wee, Bobby, Uncle Otto. So this is a nice, colorful cover, huh?
It is.
It's bright and colorful there. Big pages, big pictures, big type, easy to read. All right. So, anyways, let's start going through, looking at least through the comics here. And of course, we'll come back. Here. Now, look, big prizes and cash profits. You can earn this speedy, streamlined aluminum bike. Oh, look at this. You got a bike, baseball glove, telescope, microscope.
Is that for selling grit?
Yeah, I mean, Peter Pop. There's Bobby. We'll just flash through some of these. Hawks of the Sea. And when we get to our feature, then I'll enlarge it a little bit more. Heroes of Sport, Modern Planes, Uncle Otto, Spencer Steele by Dennis Colebrook. Revenge Ride by Hap Carey, Pee Wee by S.M. Iyer. Oh, wait, Gilda Gay. There's one of our favorites right there. I'll enlarge this so we can see it a little bit better. All right, so here I go. Dull party, isn't it? Why, yes. Say, why don't you and I get out of this place? I'd like to, but I can't. Why not? I'm the hostess. She can't leave her own party after all, right? You get that, Batgoat?
Yeah, that's funny too. Because she's agreeing, like, yeah, this party sucks.
It is she her can't party. Leave because she's the hostess of the party.
Yeah, that's funny.
Gilda Gags. when a girl begins to think that some fellow is all the world to her, she should take a trip and see more of the world. Thanks to Laura Churds, 929 Dorgan Hills, SI. Okay. Staten Island, I guess. But you get that one, Batgoat? Kill the gags?
Yeah. Yeah. And a reader submitted that. That's funny too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and we know that this was a good time when you'd have readers submitting stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's continue here. I hear that Dick Roberts broke his engagement with Sue Fanmore. I heard that rumor myself. I wonder why they split up. Oh, he found her wanting. Really? Yes, wanting a fur coat, a car, and a yacht.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we call girls like that?
She's a gold digger.
Yep, gold digger.
Yeah.
Gold dust woman. Well, as I remember that song from when Courtney Love did it with her group. I think her group's name was Heart. Right. From what I understand, it was a remix or remake of I guess Stevie Nicks or somebody.
Correct. Actually, Fleetwood Mac. It was
Fleetwood Mac.
Gold Dust Woman, and the Courtney Love was with Hole.
Hole. I knew it started with an H. I knew it wasn't Heart, but I knew it started with an H. I just couldn't think of it. But
yeah.
Gildegags. A man can smell with his nose, but that's where a woman shines. Okay. A man can smell with his nose, but that's where a woman shines. Shiny nose?
She shines his nose.
I know there is some form of makeup that does make your nose shiny, but I don't know. It's just, I guess something was lost in translation there. Thanks to Lenora Wise of 673 St. Mark's Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And of course, you can't say that these people are being doxxed because these people are long dead, by the way.
Yes.
Anybody who's saying that, oh, you're reading those addresses, you're doxing people. No. Those people who sent those in are long dead. I mean, you have to remember this is what, 84 years ago?
Yeah.
So they're probably long dead by now. All right. I'll have a beard before she gets her hair fixed. I might as well have a little music while I wait. 2 hours later. Gosh, you certainly took your time. What delayed you? Oh, I squeezed out too much toothpaste, and I had the most awful time getting it back into the tube. She squeezed too much toothpaste out of the tube. Okay.
Okay. Not too bright on that one there, Gilda.
Uh-huh. I suppose it's called the mother tongue because father never gets a chance to use it. Gilligan. Get that one. Get that.
Yeah, I get that. That's clever. You call it the mother tongue for any language. You'd say it's someone's mother tongue, but then saying that the father never gets to use it between a man and a woman.
Yeah. Thanks to Helene Caden, 1975, and I can't read the rest of that. It's way too small. So just think, this is what they, as the name of the feature implies, is Gildigay, the modern girl. This is what they thought a modern girl was back in 1938. And in a way, I guess you could kind of say that, because I think she even, the way she presents herself here, I think, predates much of the women's lib of the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This way, please. Will you order now or later? Now, I'll have the regular dinner, please. Do you have any oysters? We do. Well, bring me some, but they mustn't be too large or too small, too old or too tough, and they mustn't be salty. I want them cold and at once. Yes, sir. And without pearls.
With or without pearls?
With or without pearls.
That's the joke.
All right.
So do you get that one? I get that.
I didn't. With or without pearls.
If you go back, the dude, did you see what the guy was saying? He's like, I want the oysters. They can't be too big. They can't be too small. I want them like this. I want them like that. He's giving a real pain in the butt order. And he says, and I want them at once. And the guy says, with or without pearls. It's almost like Your Majesty. You want pearls?
I get it.
Yeah.
In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, sarcasm can sometimes be hit or miss in print.
Yeah. Yep.
Because usually one of the things that makes sarcasm work sometimes is the intonation you use when you're using it.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. Just checking something there. All right. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. And I know, Batgoat, you usually will tell me if there's anything of note that I need to address in the comments. So that's probably another reason. All right. So just laughs here. So I'll put it back down to 125.
Yeah, it's Toy is being his usual self and cracking jokes.
Cracking a bunch of dad jokes. And I told you this earlier too. This is something that was common back then when they would take classical literature pieces and make comic adaptations of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about the Count of Monte Cristo. Here's a Hunchback
and Prince Valiant. We saw that a while back. Prince Valiant. What was the other one? Ivanhoe.
Ivanhoe. Yeah. I know that in Action Comics early on they were doing Marco Polo as well.
And we even saw some Robin Hood.
Yep. And here's another one of our favorite gals right here. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. And I'll enlarge that so I can read it better.
Sorry about that. Okay. There's Sheena.
Yeah. That. By W. Morgan Thomas, which I think I've mentioned before, is a pseudonym that was used by Will Eisner.
Okay.
Sheena, who sent Bob to investigate. Actually, hold on a sec. I'm gonna go off camera here for a moment or two. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can do something about my nose here.
Okay. All right. I have got an 8-letter word. There's so there's no little blue things down on there. 8-letter word for you guys, and trivia. Anyone? This popcorn movie. Oh, let's see. We do have a guess. We do have a guess rolling in. Okay. First guess was an S. That was a good one. Toys decides to put you guys in the noose with his guess. That's your first miss. A D. So let me spell this out here. Let's go. Let's see. I got that right. Let him swing. Okay. Yeah, I don't let him swing. That's funny. I don't think everyone wants to let him swing. All right, Cross, you say E. You want to throw an E out there. That was good.
So you want to type it in onto the chat there, Batgoat?
I will. I'll do that right quick.
And I think Toys is asking for an I. Looks like.
Now you're back now, so it's on pause.
All right. All right. Well, anyways, let's get to this then. Sheena, who sent Bob to investigate the safari, camped at the edge of her village. Bob discovers that they mean to attack the tribe for the gold. Back in the village, Sheena grows impatient. There is evil in the air. Some harm must have befallen our young prisoner. Go now to investigate. Sheena proceeds to the edge. Oh, I go now to investigate. Sheena proceeds to the edge of the jungle. A gentle breeze brings to her sensitive nostrils the position of Bat Morgan's camp. Swiftly, cat-like, she gains the limb of a sturdy tree and swings from tree to tree towards the encampment of the villainous schemers. Now, do you know what kind of art they call Sheena here? Know what kind of art this is called? for back in this time period?
I don't.
There's the term that they use for this kind of like artwork for where when they make girls look real attractive like this is they call it good girl art.
Good girl art. Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And is this basically new to this?
I think it's a style that was emphasized at this point. With characters like Sheena, and
Okay.
similar to her. On the edge, the ones who kind of look like models, kind of thing. So, on the edge of the blackness surrounding the camp, Sheena pauses her eye gleam as she perceives a lone sentry guarding the camp. Meanwhile, in one of the tents, "Look here, Reynolds. I know why you won't throw in with Bat. You'd rather keep the gold yourself, eh?" If you remember the last time we read this story, Batgoat, what do you think? Do you think that's the reason he doesn't want to throw in with Morgan?
I don't remember. I don't remember from the last time.
No, I have no motive other than to allow those natives to keep their gold. Yeah, you and me too. Come on now. How about you and me joining up? While with all that gold in that village, we could own the whole Belgian Congo. What do you say? Now, Batgoat, would you like to explain to people what the Belgian Congo was?
I would if I could explain it, but I'm not quite sure what the Belgian Congo is.
Well, the Belgian Congo was a portion of Africa that had, I think years later it became just simply known as Conga, but it was known as Belgian Congo because it was the Belgians who basically owned it.
Okay.
Before they became independent, before they became an independent country. So you're wasting your time. My answer is still no. I've been patient enough with you. Now, either tell me where that gold is in, or I'll. With a mighty effort, Bob raises his bound legs. You rat! I'll fix you for that. Suddenly, in a cloud of flying blonde hair, Sheena enters upon the scene. Look at that. Just as Bob's guard was about to shoot him for refusing to divulge the whereabouts of the treasure believed to be hidden in the native village, Sheena leaped into the tent, knife in hand. Like a wildcat, Sheena lunges at the surprised guard. The guard drops his gun as he blocks Sheena's thrust. With an oath, he sends Sheena sprawling. With an oath.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard oath used like that before.
Me neither.
And if we look at the picture, like it seems like it's a sudden move of some type.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of a new definition for the word oath that I've seen.
Which is probably a really old definition. Well, not probably, right. It is.
Yeah. Dazed by the fall, Sheena is for the moment helpless. The gun is recovered. Now you she-devil, I'll put a stop to your... No, you don't. But Bob takes a hand. He hurls himself at the guard, throwing him off balance. So kind of gave him a nice little chop block there, hey, Batgoat?
Mm-hmm.
Bob's kindly intervention gives Sheena her opportunity. She hurls her knife. Her aim is true. The guard sinks to the ground lifeless. So, and I know that now I do know in that particular case, the aim is true is an older expression, meaning like on the mark or on target.
Yeah, people still say that, I think.
Yeah. Well, usually in a more figurative manner. Usually like usually in romantic scenarios, like your aim is true, sending your love to somebody's heart or whatever. So, and then we see her like untying him right here. Sheena quickly regains her knife and slashes Bob's bonds. For a brief moment, their eyes meet in wordless gratitude. Look at that. Potential there, isn't there? You think?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some mutual attraction going on there, maybe?
Sure, doing the romance thing and the music and everything.
All right, so Queen of the Jungle. Sheena has rescued Bob, who is imprisoned in the camp of Bat Morgan. Bob has saved Sheena's life in the struggle, and a new, real friendship has sprung up between the two.
Now look at these pages. There's 70% less yellow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now they're more. Now they do look like they're more black and white.
I know. It's just the copy. It's just the way. I mean, we can't help it.
Yeah, there's the yellowing right there, and then
the copy and the age of it. Yeah, I was just joking.
Sheena manages to make Bob understand that there is still the outside guard to contend with. Bob quickly subdues the lone sentry. Before quitting the enemy camp, they raid the arsenal. So quitting in this case means before they leave the camp.
Okay, yes.
I figured that out just with context clues right there.
Sure, yeah.
After taking some rifles and a machine gun, they head back to the village. So they're weaponing up in case the bad guys there want to try something.
Yes,
right?
Good thinking.
Yep. Sheena says that she and the warriors will attack the enemy from the trees as soon as they approach the village. Okay. Upon their arrival at the village, a hasty conference is held. Good, Van Dyke and I will remain here. Dawn at Bat Morgan's camp. News of the happenings of the night brings consternation to the vicious leader. Batgoat, would you like to explain to everybody what consternation means?
In that usage right there, it's bringing consternation to reason to be upset, to be worried about something, to
aggravation, frustration.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Albeit, if you think about it too, consternation sounds very similar to constipation.
That's aggravating.
Which
Very
can
true.
also frustrate and aggravate you, right?
Very true. Yes.
Get the men ready to attack the village. With Bat at the head of the murderous procession, they near Sheena's village. Halt! Spread out! Well, Van Dyke, we're ready for them. I hope we'll be able to hold out. We haven't much ammunition. Suddenly, the jungle is filled with shouts as the attack is begun. Let's see. Bat Morgan has begun his attack on the little village. Meanwhile, Bob Reynolds and Sheena, with scant armaments taken from the invaders, prepare to defend themselves. Van Dyke, Sheena, keep down. You'll be hit. Okay, men, open fire. The attackers send a leaden hail of death. Look at that! Look at that writing right there, Batgoat. Leaden hail of death.
That paints quite the image.
Right. You don't. I don't know. Well, I don't know if you've read too many comics of late. I know I haven't, but you know, doesn't that just make you want to read more comics when they phrase stuff like that?
And it's good. There's no fooling around with that.
Towards the three defenders. Same moment, Bob swings the machine gun into action. Is that a machine gun or a Gatling gun?
That's a machine gun. Well, yeah, it's not a Gatling gun. That's an old Browning 30 caliber. It's got the big water-cooled jacket thing on the front.
His withering blast plays havoc with Bat Morgan's rank. Again, just you gotta love this writing.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta love the writing they had back then. It was like they really knew how to write. This is Will Eisner who's writing this, by the way, even though he's using the pseudonym W. Morgan Thomas.
Yeah.
Fall back into the thickets, you guys, and we'll be moved down, or we'll be moved down. We'll be mowed down. Try saying that 3 times fast. Spread out and open fire with the machine gun. He ain't got much ammunition and can't hold out for long. High in the trees, overlooking them, Sheena's natives await her signal to drop down upon the unaware invaders. Imagine that. These guys are all confident, like they think they're going to outshoot them, but they got people hiding in the trees ready to take them out.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna go all Ewok on them. They're gonna get all Battle of Endor up in this Murph.
Yeah. Satisfied that the enemy is now well in the jungle, Sheena gives a signal, a piercing bird-like call. So, caw, 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 caw. How was that, Batgoat?
That was a bird call.
I got it, didn't I?
Uh-huh. It's better than mine.
Instantly, as if the skies, instantly as if from the skies, the blacks drop upon the surprised invaders. All right. Sounds of the fray reach Sheena's ears. Knife in hand, she leaps towards the jungle. Sheena, come back. Don't go in there.
Hello, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good evening tonight. Yeah, swing like Tarzan from Cross Comics there. And then Lorenzo says, "Hey, everyone."
The Hangman guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. YouTube's being a little jerk off with the count again.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. I'm actually on a stream myself, but I wanted to buy and say hello and press like. Well, thank you for that, Lorenzo. And if you
Thank
share,
you. Very cool. Very cool. Appreciate that.
Yeah. If you can share it to see if we can get some more people in here, that'd be appreciated. Yeah. So, anyways, will Sheena repel the invaders of her jungle empire? See Jungle Comics on sale November 10th, which will be the December cover dated Jumbo Comics.
Woody just cracked me up.
Oh yeah, he did he? Well,
He's just a little funny.
Let's see what he has to say here. I've heard that it's not easy being green. Yeah, I guess it's not. Anyways, as we now move, so we're at least at 40 minutes now, from what I understand. So that's 48 minutes. So we're actually making some good time here. So might be able to go back through and look some other stuff up, depending upon. And here's the Joe Penner one from Mr. Doodle kicks off at an RKO radio picture. And we might come back to this one a bit after. So, Spectre Dayton by George Thatcher, or Geo Thatcher. And here we go. Here's another one of our buddies, Dr. Hayward. The Diary of Dr. Hayward by Kurt Davis. Now, again, a reminder to everybody, Kurt Davis is a pseudonym for Jack Kirby, a man known for creating classics like Fantastic Four and the New God series. So let's go ahead and get into this then. A scream of horror echoes through the rotting walls of Chromo's deserted tenement. Look at that face right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a horror-filled face right there.
Yeah, they got the shadowing on there to get the horror.
Yeah. That scream is your cue, Dr. Hayward. Make your way into the tenement and set our little play into motion. I'll join the party soon, very soon. Well, maybe you guys can see the picture there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the old house, Chromo is about to destroy Stuart Taylor's soul in a bath of consuming acid. So, basically, Chromo had switched, as we had found out in the previous story, Chromo had switched bodies with Stuart Taylor. So now, and Stuart Taylor's is inside Chromo's body, old body, in which he's now about to dispose of, or you think he's going to dispose of, anyways. We'll wait and see. Suddenly, a blinking red light warns an approaching presence. Blinking red light. I've seen those before in old TV shows and cartoons and all that. Have you, Batgoat?
Of course, that's the standard. You always want to see a blinking red light.
Because it warns you of danger.
Yeah, it sure does.
Hayward, it can't be. Why? I could swear I killed him a little while ago. Nevertheless, he's still alive and very annoying. I'll make him wish he was killed the first time. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting doctor gropes through the darkened corridors, hoping to find Laura in time. Suddenly, Hayward is transfixed by 3 glaring beams of light. Look at that. Trifecta right there. Hey, back up.
Yeah. He they dialed him in right in the middle.
Uh-huh. All right, Dr. Hayward. Stand where you are. I can see every move you make. Somehow I'm glad I didn't kill you before. I think this time is more appropriate. Doing kind of the radio voice there.
Mm-hmm.
Chromo has caught Dr. Hayward invading the old tenement in search of Laura Lake. Just enter that elevator, and in a minute, Hayward, your journey will end. As the descending elevator carries him to an unpleasant fate, Hayward lays new plans. Hello, Hayward. This is your last stop. He's got a gun on him.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done with Laura? She's relaxing quietly in the soul transformer, a cute invention of mine.
Oh, so cute.
Good God, Laura! Angered beyond endurance, Dr. Hayward suddenly whirls and strikes Chromo a glancing blow. Angered beyond endurance. What do you think that means, Batgoat?
Pushed beyond his limits.
Right. Maybe pushed beyond his limits, pushed beyond his tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
He's had enough of this. He's had enough of this BS.
He's had it up to here, correct?
Right. So, caught unawares, Chromo reels backwards. His head strikes a projecting instrument. Ouch. I know I've done that before. Have you done stuff like that before, Batgoat?
Yeah, that hurts.
You knock yourself back into something.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. That
hurts. Yeah. Gotta shake that one off.
And in this case, he can't shake it off. He really nailed himself there. It looks like.
Yep, he got knocked out.
Luck is with me. At last, he unconscious. This calls for fast work. He may come to any moment. Poor kid. Hayward gently carries the drugged girl from the gray steel chamber. Yeah, he's tying him up like in a straitjacket, it would seem.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be comfy in this cute little outfit. It'll hold you anyway. Now you listen to me, Chromo. I don't care if you are in Stuart Taylor's body or not. I'll kill you. Even if Stuart is sacrificed, you have only one chance. Show me how to work this transformer, and you can return to your former body. Wow, so he's basically holding his new body hostage to get him to go back into his old body.
Yeah.
That's very dark, huh? Chromo, all right. Let's see. Oh, Chromo, I'm going to bring back Stuart Taylor or kill you in the attempt.
Hey, Robert, good to see you.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, man? Let's see. Danger, Will Robinson, Danger from Cross Comics there.
That was from a couple panels back. That's funny.
Yeah. Hail everybody from Robert Roberts. So, and if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, of course, that'd be appreciated. See if we can get some more friendly people in here. Yeah. So, anyways, let's see. For God's sakes, Hayward, you'll make a mistake. I'll be electrocuted. Chromo's desperate pleadings go unheard as Dr. Hayward calmly prepares himself for the experiment. Weird science. From my heart and from my head, why don't people understand my intentions? Weird science. Nothing can help you now, Chromo. I know I'm doing this blindly, but it's the one chance to save Stuart Taylor and punish you. So maybe, Mr. Bad Guy, maybe Mr. Chromo, if you don't want to die, maybe you should tell.
Speak up.
Huh? Yeah, you should
Speak
tell.
up.
Yeah, you should tell Dr. Hayward exactly how to switch you back to your old body before you get electrocuted. Hayward then places the unconscious Laura out of harm's way in an observation room. And now I begin. May the Lord forgive me if I send an innocent soul to float forever in a dark eternity. But it's the only way I can get rid the earth of a mad, twisted mind such as yours. You are a menace to the entire world.
At the very least, a menace to South Central. Look at the head in the glass jar there. Mm-hmm.
Chromo's face slowly fades from view as a cloudy, gaseous substance forms in the glass chamber. So it's almost like his face and head just seem to evaporated, huh? It's over. I can do nothing now, but wait until that gas dissipates. The steamy, swirling vapors slowly become more transparent as the hazy outlines of a face appears. It's got to be a success. It's just got to be. The now solid features of Stuart Taylor bear an expression of peace and serenity instead of bestial hate. Bestial hate. Do we know a few people today that have faces of bestial hate, Batgoat?
We certainly do. You and I were just talking about one earlier before the show.
Yep. Dr. Hayward studies the transformed features of Stuart Taylor intently. Taylor's eyes flicker momentarily as they slowly open to stare dully at the anxious Dr. Hayward. By heaven, it is you, Stuart. I've done it. I've driven the hideous fiend from your body. All right, lad. It's all over now. It must have been a horrible experience. As Stuart Taylor rests comfortably, Hayward seeks signs of any possible injury from the test. That endless drifting in darkness, it's over. Meanwhile, the awakening Chromo finds himself in his body, which he planned to destroy with Taylor's soul.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that decrepit body right there, huh?
Yep.
Hayward! Save me! Don't let me fall into that acid! Spare me, Hayward! That voice, it's Chromo. Suddenly, Hayward's face becomes a frozen mask of cold fury. Crying for mercy, is he? Well, I'll show him the same mercy he planned for us. I'm going to send him to the doom he prepared for us. Oh, what a nasty man! Well, they say that hell hath no fear like a woman scorned, but what about a man seeking vengeance? I'm coming, Chromo. I'm coming to end your worthless life. Dr. Hayward, you're mad. You mustn't pull that lever. Will Dr. Hayward kill Chromo the madman? Ask your newsreader for the November 10th Jumbo Comics. Or news dealer. Alrighty then. So those are the stories that we were. Let's see, where are we at on time now? Let's see.
You're just past an hour.
Oh, we got some time then. We could probably go through some of the stories here then. Let's see. Okay, what I'll do, in fact, I'll go all the way back to the first page here. And then, you nasty man. And I know we saw some of these earlier, but as I said, we might go back to, let's see, Peter Pup. Bobby. Heroes of sport. This is one of the ones I was thinking of looking at here because now granted, I know that these are probably some of these names you may not know. Some you may not. Okay, so there's some Heroes of Sport. So I guess this is a sports feature type of thing by Tom Swift. Jake Kilrain. Let's see what they say about this guy, Jake Kilrain. Here is Kilrain at the height of his career in 1886. Wow, 1886. Career. What? Well, I guess he was a bare knuckles boxer or something like that. Looks like. When he fought he was a boxer. John L. Sullivan, I know, was a boxer. The prize was, I think that's supposed to be like $20,000 right there.
Yeah, that would have been huge money back then.
Bare knuckles London prize ring rules. 106 round. Wow, 106 rounds? Dang. 106 rounds to a draw.
That's a lot.
Sheesh. That takes quite a bit of stamina and endurance to box.
Yeah.
Now, let's think about let's just say for a moment that a standard round was what, 3 minutes back then?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So 106 rounds, 3 minutes apiece, 318 minutes. 318 minutes. So divide that by 60. That's over 5 hours. 5 hours and 18 minutes right there.
Of just the fighting. I mean, because they still need time in between the rounds too.
Right.
So that's a long affair.
Yeah. Talk about your events. 106 rounds to a draw. Kilrain fought Jen Smith for the World's Heavyweight Championship in France. Now, I believe Jen in that particular case is a guy's name, not short for Jennifer. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But, it could mean Jensen, too. Actually, for the World's Heavyweight Championship in France, they fought on an island in the Seine River. Born John Joseph Killian on February 9th, 1859. So in 1886, he would have been about 27 at that point. In Greenpoint, Long Island, this picturesque bare-knuckled fighter handled his opponents very cleverly. He passed away on December 21st, 1937. So 1937, 1859, that would be 78. So he lived to 78.
He was a little kid when the Civil War started.
Yeah, he was barely out of diapers. he was barely out of diapers when it started, probably. Or actually, he wasn't even 1 year old. Probably that.
Yeah.
75 rounds with John L. Sullivan. The bloody battle. 75 rounds. That's pretty long too.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody battle lasted 2 hours and 16 minutes. One of the most gory fights in ring history. In one of the rounds, Sullivan knocked Jake down and then jumped on him with his spiked boots. Yes, those were the days when fighters could really take it.
Wow.
Well,
They had spiked boots, and he jumped on the dude after he knocked him down. And people think MMA is badass.
Yeah. Bare knuckles brawling was kind of a no holds barred kind of style fighting.
Yep.
You know, the Babe, King of SWAT. Babe Ruth is one of the greatest. Let's see, one of the greatest. A little hard to read here. Greatest of natural players on record. He rose to fame and fortune because of his own exploits, and yeah, it's a little hard to read some of this.
Yeah, that's you can't read.
But then again, I think most of us know about Babe Ruth, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outfielders during Ruth's regime were often overactive. All right. There's Bill Tyndon, another famous Big Bill Tyndon, and I'm not
Sultan of SWAT. Yeah, that's right. Woody, the Sultan of SWAT.
Big Bill Tyndon, who is a tennis player. I'm gonna read the rest of this because it's just too small. Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey, great fighter. So I guess we do know these names. I've even heard of Tilden.
Kitty Rawls. I'm gonna try to see if I can possibly read this one. She looks kind of nice. It looks like she's a swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mother, I advise swimming. I advise swimming to make the child well. Because Kitty was forced to take up aquatics as a means to build up her health, Miss Rawls took her swimming very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that she soon became expert at it. At the age of 14, she qualified to perform in the Olympics. Her performance on the springboard was so expert that she won second place in that event. So that would have been like a gold, maybe a gold, not a gold, but a silver medal then.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I don't know. These were qualifying, so they probably weren't giving out medals at this. Kitty recently ran her record string of swimming and diving titles up to 27 and placed first 4 times in the AAU meet. I believe that's Amateur Athletic Union. Kitty Rawls has so many medals and cups she won for swimming. It would take 2 men to carry them. Oh boy. Can you imagine that? Could you imagine that for her? Young woman having these guys carry around her medals and trophies for her. Now that would be very interesting to see, wouldn't it, Batgoat?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go.
It'd be better if they wrote. No, I won't go there.
Oh,
I was going to say something bad, but I'm not going to.
oh, something that has a particular sting in today's lexicon.
Yeah. Like I was going to go misogynistic, and it's just dumb. I won't do that.
Oh, I thought you were meaning something a little different.
Ooh, it was dumb.
Something that rhymes with suck. That starts with a C. You kind of get where I'm going with that?
Oh, yeah. No.
I thought that's where you were possibly going. What? Anyway. Excuse me a moment. Chloe's barking again, so I'm going to have to go tend to her real quick. So I guess you guys can play a little hangman while I...
Absolutely.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, dudes, that's where we are at right now. We good? I also have a, all right, I'll pull out a trivia card too. It's just simple popcorn movie trivia deck of cards. They're really easy. All right, you guys ready for your first trivia question? The character Lightning McQueen features in which animated movies? Now, don't look this up. Don't cheat. You have to bring this up from the top of your head. Fixing a young guy's Spawn figure. Oh, cool. You're fixing a Spawn figure in our next video. Cool. I'll have to look for that. And do we have any guesses on, do we have Hangman guesses or trivia? Once again, that would be the character Lightning McQueen features in which animated movies? Okay, if we've got no guesses coming in, I'll tell a quick story. I wrote something down when Sheena was talking. She said, I go investigate. Or someone said, I go investigate. And I wrote that down. It made me think of a time in college. I was a Theta Chi, but I hung out with these guys called the Sigma Chis. And they were the big popular frat. Lightning McQueen was indeed from the movie Cars. Good for you, Woody. Ding, ding. So I was hanging out with these dudes, and I just remember the guy's name, Evan. I kind of knew of him. He wasn't like a real loudmouth frat guy. I just remember him being just a regular dude at this house. And I was hanging out with these guys, and he said, man, last night was bad. He's like, apparently I walked into so-and-so's room and at one point in the night, and he said, I walked in and said, I go. I remember that after all these years. It was very funny. Pardon, I let my stream fall a couple of minutes behind, did not look it up. Remember that movie? First watched it with my son when he was still a kid. Yeah. Did I watch Cars with my kids? I don't think so. All right, since we got that, we'll go to the next one on this card. What newspaper did Peter Parker work for in Spider-Man? Has anyone got that? Mike, do you got this?
Oh, the Daily Bugle?
There it is. All right, we've got one card down. No more guesses on the Hangman word, but we did get some trivia in.
All right. Okay, so here's another one. Primo Carnera, who was a wrestler actually. Let's see. Back where he started as a circus wrestler, Primo Carnera, victim of fight racketeers, is practically a pauper today, having nothing to show for his short fighting career, but a partly paralyzed leg and badly damaged kidneys. Carnera earned $800,000, but managers, promoters, lawyers, and women got almost all of it.
Women, dames. Dames
actually, what's kind of funny, and I don't know, and I mentioned this the other day because one of the
800,000 back then would be equivalent to 15.9 million today.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned the name Primo Carnera the other day because Primo Carnera III was involved in an event with independent promotion out of Delaware called the East Coast Wrestling Association, the ECWA. He was in Primo Carnera III. I think that might have been this guy's grandson, maybe. Or it may have just been somebody who just took on the name. But Primo Carnera III participated in the first ECWA Super 8 tournament, which is now like it's a cruiserweight light heavyweight tournament on the independent scene. Probably one of the more well known independent tourneys in professional wrestling. So, anyway. Primo Carnera right there. A massive, muscle-bound Italian giant presents today a tragic story. Still, they'll all pile and still a little pile and lonesome. He returned to Venice, where his mother manages a small hotel that he bought out of his savings. He is good-natured and courageous. Primo is I can't make out that, I guess. Let's see. In 1934, when Primo lost to Max Baer, he fought, let's see, 9 rounds with a broken ankle. Whoa.
That's rough.
Primo Carnera never did learn to really box. Tommy Loughran outboxed Carnera, although Primo was 86 pounds heavier. Wow, so which is well beyond weight class, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, most weight classes are within a certain amount. So 86.
Yeah.
That sounds like kind of a giant. I'm gonna check real quick. Just want to check one more time. A couple of things. All right. Can't believe Kitty Rawls isn't on Wikipedia. And Primo Carnera, he was born October 26, 1906. Wow, he died in 1967. He was, from the looks of it, he was only 61 when he passed away. Nicknamed the Ambling Alp, was an Italian professional boxer and wrestler who reigned as boxing world heavyweight champion from June 29, 1933 to June 14th, so almost a full year. He won more fights by knockout than any other heavyweight champion in history.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, let me see. According to this, his record is 89-14-0 with 72 knockouts. Let's see. I'm just looking some stuff up here real quick because I was trying to see. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I thought I'd read one time that either Primo Carnera III was related to him, or he was just somebody who simply used his who may have taken on the name.
He could have. He could have.
I know that's a little more common in like Mexico with professional wrestling. Sometimes.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. So there was a time when Primo Carnera III also wrestled as Big Guido as part of the full-blooded Italians stable in Extreme Championship Wrestling as well. So yeah, it may have just been somebody I guess who just took on the name then.
Probably.
But I do know he was a part for a while there, ECWA, East Coast Wrestling Association. So yeah, so let's see. We're at an hour 26 now, so let's see how much more we can. Caps.
Cars. Who's the only
Cars.
from the trivia question?
She drives me crazy. Oh. Well, here's modern planes for modern planes and modern model building. It's something I know you like quite a bit, Batgoat.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a look at this, and it's probably been a while since we looked at anything plane wise. So, flying auto. Let's see what this says about that. Here is a combination automobile and airplane that may soon be dotting the highways and skyways by the thousands, minus the wings. You can drive along at 70 miles an hour, while in the air it can do 120 after a day's flight. One can disconnect the wings and store them at the airport, then drive home. This Waterman aeroplane is powered with a standard Studebaker automobile engine of 100 horsepower on the ground and up to 2 rear wheels supply the traction, and when ready for flight, the motor turns the propeller. So a car that's also a plane. That's a very interesting thing. Hey, Batgoat?
Yeah, there's never been one that's worked, and they've been around for that long.
Since the 30s?
And there's still, you can see examples of old ones like that, but they're more novelties. Like none have ever really worked. There's just too many problems, and especially the car part will never pass the highway standards, like crash standards and stuff like that, and then be able to get up in the air. Do you know what I mean? It won't work.
It's something that was a fancy idea in somebody's mind. They just couldn't figure out how to make it work, huh?
Sure. And again, there are examples of it. And there's a real famous one you can see, like when you get in the morbid mood to see, people dying doing stupid stuff. There was people that made a plane car out of. They used a Pinto. This was back in the 70s, in the late 70s. They used a Pinto and like cotter pinned some Cessna wings to the top of it, and the wings broke, when they fell to their death.
Okay. Cloud hopper. So, and this is a design of a cloud hopper right here, I guess.
And this is a model that you're building yourself, right?
It could be, because it does say in the title there, modern planes and model building. So, cloud hopper. Pilots, here is a beautiful model replica sailplane that will make a fine ornament for your own room. It is built entirely of hard balsa wood with solid parts throughout. Fuselage is oval in cross section and is carved roughly to shape with a knife. Then sanded wings taper in plan and form with a 1.5-inch cord at the fuselage. At section BB to a point at the tip form taper is from 5/16 of an inch to nothing. Cockpit cowling can be made of celluloid paint, fat paint. Fat paint, okay. The ship, any snappy color you may design.
Snappy.
How do you like that, Batgoat? I know you're a plane guy.
Yeah, that was cool. Toy says, didn't they just give a license for a flying car? I didn't hear one. If there is, that's cool. I'll look for it.
Well, I mean, we've seen the idea of flying cars. I mean, if you go back to the Jetsons, of course.
Yeah, well, and like I say, they've been around for a long time, and there isn't a feasible one that's been made up to now. And just like people, I just saw an article recently or a video saying something like electric planes are here, and of all the aviation videos and all the pilots and the dudes I watch, they're like, that's never going to happen. But people like wishing.
Uncle Otto, Spencer. I guess we can. Let's see. Well, let's kind of go through this a little quicker so we can get through more of the Pee-wee. We already read Gilda Gay,
Hunchback.
Joe Penner. Shall I? Let's see. Actually, we're past an hour and a half, so I think I should just stick with the maybe 1 to 2 page stuff. I know this one's like 4 pages. This, as I said, was based on a movie. RKO, since Spectre Dayton by George Thatcher.
He said, yeah, there was a guy who just showed off recently a little quadcopter gadget called the Jetson One, like the Jetsons. That's cool.
Yeah. Count of Monte Cristo. Just fun here. Okay, so here's that's probably a gag page here.
As jest for fun, like in jest.
Yep. Just for fun, yeah. It could be. It's a play on words, obviously.
Yes.
Like just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. By Bob Kane. Now, Bob Kane should be a familiar name to you guys. Do you know why?
I don't.
Bob Kane, along with Bill Finger, were the guys who created Batman.
Oh, okay. I guess I should know that one.
How do you expect me to write my jokes with dull scissors? Okay. Don't know about that one, dude. Oh, dull scissors as in, not funny scissors. Do I look like the kind of a guy that would order angel cake?
Huh.
Oh, do I look like a kind of guy who would order angel cake?
Yeah, he looks like a big tough bruiser.
Go back up here for a moment. That's the joke writer, I guess. And here's an interesting pic here. Well, it's better than nothing.
A small fish. That's like a bait fish.
Yeah. Philosophies. Hippies. Divorce is hash made up of domestic scraps. when smack when they kiss and make up, she gets the kiss, and he the makeup.
That's funny.
uh, let's see. I guess many a person will forget the past for a present.
Yeah.
Look at that guy's big smile right there. He's trying to get lucky, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he messed up, so he bought her a nice gift.
Mm-hmm.
She'll
I'm
forget
sorry, honey.
past and present.
Okay. So anyways. Jungle Boy. The Adventures of Jumbo Jim. Adventures of Tom Sherrill, Chapter 9, Prelude, Due, and Attack. Chapter 10, A Timely Warning. Chapter ZX5 by Major Thorpe, Spies in Action. Puzzle Fun.
Fun. PHUN. Fun. PHAT. Fat.
Can you help these travelers who are lost by taking a letter from each country to form another, thus helping our lost friends?
What?
Can you help these travelers who are lost by taking a letter from each country to form another, thus helping our lost friends? My guess is if you take a letter from each of these countries and it spells out another country.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's no way to figure out exactly which letter to take, though. Yeah, I wouldn't even try that at this point.
No.
Draw the expressions of the three men in a tub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub, three men in a tub. Oh, that's kind of an act. So this is an activity page, obviously. Can you solve this rebus?
Mouse. Is that a mouse?
Could be. Let's see. And then there's something in the middle there, minus T.
Plate. Mouse plate.
Fun with words department. I had a date with Sue Soul, so I metamorph o'clock. Try some other words. It's great fun. Fun with words department. And here's a connect the dots.
Uh-huh.
One fine day, Mr. Fish and family came across a just follow the dots. Those are some interesting activities if you really wanted to get into those.
Uh-huh. They're cool.
And they do look like they are kind of time-consuming things, so it could give you like quite a bit of time to play with them. Let's see, where are we at on 39? Yeah, there was a guy who showed up. Oh, yeah, you read that earlier already.
Yeah, about the plane cars.
Stars on Parade. Here's a few names. Ann Southern, Tyrone Power, Martha Payne, Rochelle, Clark Gable, Arthur Ray, sorry, Gene Raymond, Boris Karloff, Virginia Bruce.
I've been watching I've Got a Secret from 1961 lately. It's on Prime. And they always have guest stars on there. And two that you just scrolled past were on as guests. Ann Southern, and then Rita. Ann Southern was on at the end, and Martha Ray was on.
Hmm.
That's just funny that I just saw those. I would have never thought anything of
Catherine,
these people.
let's see, Katharine Hepburn, Greta Garbo, Paul Muni. So,
I've heard of him, but I don't know who he is. I wanted to keep working
Oh,
on the rebus. I wanted to work on that rebus too. I had no idea what it was.
Rochelle Hudson. That I didn't see the last name there. Oh, Stars on Parade by Laura Lane. Funny, Laura Lane, who I think was actually the name of the girl in the Dr. Hayward story too.
Was it?
I believe I know Laura was her first name. Thought maybe Milton of the West here. And here's your ad page.
Blank cartridge pistol. Yep, I want that.
Yeah. And you'd want it at 1938 prices, right?
Yes, for $1.
Yeah.
Well, it says 50 cents, then it says $1. Whichever. I'll pay $1 for that, the blank cartridge pistol.
Electric baseball and football games.
Oh, hell yeah. I definitely want that for $1. I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah. Of course, the electric games back then were a far cry from what they are even when we were growing up or even in the, even in the 90s there. So, but they were probably still fun for the time nonetheless, right, Batgoat?
Electric football game probably meant that it was like tin. There was aluminum. It was aluminum or tin, probably tin. And then you put some metal things on the top of it, and there was a battery that went underneath, and it just shook it. It just shook the thing, and it went like, and it moved them along. That wasn't like a real electric, like LED, like they didn't have LED back then.
Oh, let's see. And you got a microscope right there in the middle, or no, printing presses. Thought that might have been a microscope. The way it was.
Printing press, like make your own magazines. See, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
you
there's
just have to hope, considering the times, that nobody tried to get too industrious and tried to make money with that.
Sure.
Because that's a federal crime called counterfeiting.
And that's called, and it's $3, so it's probably like this big, and you could print maybe half of an envelope. And there's the pea gun, right? Look at that, 25 cents. It's like the spud gun, but you put peas in it and shoot it with like air power.
Yeah. There's a camera right there, candid camera.
Candid camera, spy camera for 45 cents. Yo, I wonder what that's worth these days.
Wig.
I want to know what that candid camera is. I bet you that's worth a few bucks.
Well, it has three $1.25, 10 cents, $1.90.
Woody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Woody gets what I'm talking about the electric shaking. That's what the electric football game thing.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're at an hour 44, so it's probably a good time to start. Finish up.
Okay. I'll be right back.
All right. It should stay there. So I guess this is something that. I guess this is some scan work. I'm a little add-ins here that the guy did, I guess. All righty then. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good.
Those are some pretty good features we went through.
They were. Toys just said it. Well, I think he meant to say good day, but he says it's been a God day. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's a good time to start wrapping up. Batgoat, if you'll stick around after the show,
sure,
for post game.
Sure.
So with that, we are now at an hour 45. So I think, as I said, we're gonna probably start to wind down a bit here. So is everybody ready for this day in each history?
History.
History.
Yeah, beer
Alrighty.
talking. I get it.
Huh?
Woody
Oh,
made it funny.
and I know we're gonna want to get to the Hangman too, but before we go, so. But anyways, all right. Well, without any further ado, today is yay history. Today is Friday, December the 25th. Or not December, February 25th. Friday, February 25th. We're almost through February. Monday will be the 28th. So, but today is Friday, February 25th, 2022. So why don't we go ahead and take a look back on this day in Nietzsche history? And the first thing in history we're going to look at here is we're going to go back 30 years ago today to 1992. As on this date in 1992, was actually, according to this, was Extreme Championship Wrestling, while it was still known as Eastern Championship Wrestling's first show. And in that, making his career professional wrestling debut on that show was Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards, who became known as a parody type wrestler. You know, he was known for his time in ECW, and then he came to the WWE. You know, known for setting up the Blue World Order with him being big Stevie Cool, and the Blue Meaning being the Blue Guy, and you know Nova being Hollywood Nova. This guy was known for a lot of his parody works. You know, as a wrestler, had the Stevie Kick, which was his version of the Super Kick as his finisher. See right there with the Blue World Order shirt. So on this date, 30 years ago today, Stevie Richards made his professional wrestling debut at the first ECW show. In it doesn't say here where that actually happened, but but it was on this date that he debuted along with ECW. So, all right. So moving on to the next piece in each history.
Piece of niche.
Let's see. On this date in 2004, which was 18 years ago today, the 150th issue of Wizard the Comics magazine, which I think started out as Wizard the Guide to Comics. Basically, this was a comic book that was done by Wizard Comics. I think this, as I understand it, I think this is the same company that has the Wizard Comic Con or something like that. So it might be that I'm guessing that. I don't have any actual proof of that. Maybe RJ or one of the other guys who's a bit more in the know would know that. But on this date, in 2004, 18 years ago today, the 150th issue of Wizard the Comics magazine went on sale on this date. So there we go with that one. Moving on to the next piece in each history, which happened actually just 3 years after the thing we just talked about. It's on this date in 2007, which was 15 years ago today. The 79th Academy Awards were held on this date in 2007. Happy Feet by George Miller wins the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, while The Danish Poet by Toril Cove won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. So on this date was the 79th Academy Awards back in 2007, 15 years ago today, where Happy Feet won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, and The Danish Poet won for Best Animated Short Film. So there we go with that one. And finally, on this date, 5 years ago today, as soon as I can find it here, let's see. Oh, there we go. On this date, 5 years ago today, back in 2017, as part of the Digimon Adventure Try movie series, Lost, premiered on this date back in 2017. 5 years ago today, the Digi Adventure Try movie Lost from Toei Animation premiered on this date in 2017. So there you go, everybody. So I hope everybody enjoyed the content tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the features and all that. And I hope to see everybody. And I thank everybody for all the likes and shares.
All right.
Hopefully we can start getting more people in soon as things warm up. And I hope.
Okay, today I'm gonna give lulls to toys. Toys. It was a good game. Toys had 2. Woody and Cross each scored. So I like it when I actually have something to keep track of. And does any more guesses on our word? Do we want to try to?
Well, why don't you? Why don't you also type in the word on the screen there? So
should I do that? Okay, I'll do that real quick.
Or type in what it. And Woody just congratulated Toys on the Lulz win.
Another win.
Let's see what we got thus far on that, and then
Okay.
Woody was saying he never saw a result on his guess of G.
G was a bad guess. That was one of your misses. I did show that. It's right here. G was bad. That's part of the reason why you've got 3 guesses left.
ESS. Well, we got 2 E's and 2 S's there.
Mm-hmm. You got a guess?
No, I can try to guess a letter, but
yeah. Give me a letter if you want.
I'm trying to think of what well,
all right. Woody comes through with an R, correct?
Is that a good guess, or
that was a good guess?
You want to give us you want to type in the updated?
Can you see it?
I can't really see it through that. I think
G was already guessed, and G is a bad guess.
Yeah, you guys play for a moment. Chloe's barking again. I got to go tend to her. So why don't you guys play it out a little bit for a couple minutes here while I go tend to Chloe.
Oh, Woody got it. Woody got it right as I
it?
typed. He did right as I typed the thing in.
Pressure?
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Well, I thank everybody for being here, and I'm glad everybody had fun tonight. And I hope to see everybody back here on Monday. So, bye.